I'm Nirja. Welcome you all to my YouTube channel and to MVC interview question series. This is a second video in this series. Please check out other videos if you have not seen. I request you, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe my channel. Because I am going to upload very latest, useful, techie videos to this series as well as other series. It will help you a lot while preparing for interview or in learning new technology. We will start with the most important and frequently asked questions first. Thanks in advance for the like and share which you will do after watching this video. Therefore, without wasting time, let's get started. Let's move further in our journey of preparing for an interview of MVC. So, the most important, basic and frequently asked question of this part is explain MVC application life cycle. Any web application has two major steps. 1. Understand the request. 2. Prepare and send the appropriate response based on the type of request. MVC application is not different. It has two major phases. 1. Creating the request object. 2. Sending the response to the browser. To create a request object, MVC performs 4 steps. 1. Fill route. MVC requests are mapped to the route table to determine which controller and action to be invoked. For the first request, first thing is to fill the route table. 2. Fetch route. Depending on the URL routing module searches the route table to create route data object which has the details of the controller and action to invoke. 3. Create request context. The route data object is used to create the request context object. 4. Create controller instance. The request object is used by MVC handler instance to create the controller class instance. The controller class object calls execute method of the controller class. To create a response object, MVC performs 2 steps. 1. Execute action. 2. Send response as a result. If you need, you can scroll back and listen it again. Let's move further in our journey of preparing for an interview of MVC. So, the next question is explain conventional routing in MVC. Route is a URL pattern which is mapped to the handler. The handler can be a class that handles the request. URL pattern is sometimes called URL template also. Routing pattern use tokens and literals. Tokens are replaced when matching a route where literals are matched exactly to the text in URL. This can be achieved by adding routing middleware to the pipeline. To add routing middleware, we have to add service in program.cs file using app.useRouting. This is an example of how to add middleware service to the program.cs file. We can add custom route also in map controller route method. The default MVC template has a default route template which contains 4 tokens. 1. Area. 2. Controller. 3. Action. 4. ID. If you need, you can scroll back and listen it again. Let's move further in our journey of preparing for an interview of MVC. So, the next question is what are the different properties of MVC routes? MVC route is responsible for correctly identifying and serving given URL. Thus, MVC routes have some properties. 1. Route name. It is used to identify the route. 2. URL pattern. It contains literals and variable placeholders. 3. Defaults. It is a default parameter value which is assigned at the time of variable creation. 4. Constraints. It is used for narrowing the URL pattern match. We can add constraints to the route by 2 different ways. 1. By using regular expression. 2. By using objects which implements a route constraint interface. If you need, you can scroll back and listen it again. Let's move further in our journey of preparing for an interview of MVC. So, the next question is, explain attribute-based routing in MVC. In attribute-based routing, we use route attribute to define URL structure. For example, we have used route attribute before go-to-events method. The route attribute makes sure that go-to-events method can be called by using user's events URL. If you need, you can scroll back and listen it again. Let's move further in our journey of preparing for an interview of MVC. So, the next question is, mention what is the difference between temp data, view and view bag. Friends, another question which is associated with this question is, how will you maintain the sessions in MVC? Answers of both the questions are same. Therefore, let's discuss the answer. Sessions in MVC can be maintained in three ways. 1. Temp data. It is derived from temp data dictionary class. It passes data from current request to next request. It is also useful to pass data from one action to another and one controller to another. It requires typecasting for complex data type. 2. View data. It is derived from view data dictionary class. It passes data from controller to view. It is available for the current request only. It requires typecasting for complex data type. It checks for null values to avoid error. 3. View bag. It is used to pass data from controller to view. We can create dynamic properties and take the advantage of IntelliSense. It doesn't require typecasting for complex data type. It is available for current request only. Thanks for watching this video. If you think it's helpful, then please like, share and subscribe so I can prepare more videos like this for you. Please don't forget to check other interesting and useful videos on my channel. Thanks for viewing.